Hey Lawn Care Nation, so as you can see, I've got one of my vehicles right behind me here. I need to replace the rear shocks on this vehicle, and I thought it'd be a great opportunity to test out a bunch of tools that Milwaukee sent me to try out and test. These are tools that would be great for any lawn care business for doing maintenance on vehicles, trucks, trailers, equipment, and all that sort of stuff. So let's take a look at what they sent me. Of course, you can see the first thing on my head here. This is their 600 lumen headlight. This thing has quickly become one of my favorite tools the last few weeks of just trying it out. Just absolutely awesome, the amount of scenarios that I've been able to use this in already. So let's take a look at all the other things that they sent. Okay, so here's a quick glimpse of what they sent. First and foremost is their brand new 1/2-inch impact gun. This thing is an absolute beast. It features up to 1,600 foot-pounds of nut-busting torque. Just absolute insanity for a battery-powered impact gun. It's got 4 different modes with a mode selector switch there on the battery base there where the battery is attached. And a couple of LED lights on the sides there to make working in darker areas more visible. Just absolute fantastic unit. Comes with 2 5.0 batteries and the charger. I am currently have the batteries on another Milwaukee charger that I already have plugged in, so those are charging at the moment. Then they sent their 29-piece impact socket set. These are very nice, very high quality. You can just tell the moment you open the case. They all have their little indented numbers on the sides with the white paint, so it makes it super easy from a distance to see which socket you need to grab. Just really high quality tools. And then they sent their 106-piece socket, standard and metric socket set. This features a 3/8 and 1/4 inch ratchet, a couple of different extensions and swivels, and then a bunch of their sockets as well in both metric and standard. The really neat thing about all of these sockets is that they all featured a squared off base. So you got obviously the socket end on one side, but the side that goes into the ratchet is squared off, and that's so that you can actually put a wrench around them if you need to get some extra grip, or use that sort of a scenario where you're putting a wrench around the base of the actual socket as well. So I think that's a pretty neat idea. I've never seen that in a socket set before, so pretty cool stuff. And then this unit comes in their pack out case, so you can stack those and clip them together if you're transporting or having a bunch of them so they're not falling over and stuff. So pretty cool. So along with the headlamp that I've got on my head, we're going to do this complete job here of replacing the shocks all with these Milwaukee tools. So let's get into it. All right, so unfortunately, I'm in some pretty cramped corners here in the corner of the garage, but it's a dry spot. But as you can see here, in situations like this, right away, the headlamp is going to come in super handy. If I turn that on, this thing, like I said, has been super fantastic. Just completely lights up the work area. It's got 4 different modes that you can cycle through. And obviously, the dimmer you put it, the more battery life you're going to get. And you can swivel it to different angles depending on what you're doing. Just been absolutely fantastic. So I'm going to keep it on the brightest mode to give me the most visibility. And we're going to try out this 1/2-inch unit here. It's currently on the 3rd setting, which is that 1,600 foot-pounds of torque, and I've got a 21 millimeter socket on it. So let's see how it does. No issues at all. Just super powerful. If I was using my older air impact gun, it would be struggling at this point. It doesn't have the torque that this unit has. So that was pretty simple. So you can see here with the headlamp, using it allows you to see everything you need to. It just shines the light everywhere that you turn your eyes. So absolutely awesome. You can see my shock here is she's due for a replacement there, that's for sure. All right, so to get up into there, to get those two top bolts out, I'm going to use the Milwaukee 3/8 ratchet with an extension and a 12 millimeter deep socket to be able to get up under there and give me the room to work down lower over here. But first I'm gonna have to put some WD-40 on those bolts. They're a bit dirty and rusty. Got it on the reverse removal. So that one's coming loose. I'm gonna try the other side next. Just there we go. All right, so I've got the two top bolts loose using the ratchet set. I like to kind of go through each of the bolts just initially before going through the work of taking them all completely off, just in case something seizes and I can't get it with the tools I have available, to make sure I'm not going any farther and then get stuck. So next, since I've got those loose and I know those are going to come out, I'm going to remove that bottom bolt. And there we go. That one was very easy, so I will continue working on those top ones now. Okay, so that was a bit of a struggle to get on, only because the car's so old now and the bolts were rusting. It was starting to almost like strip the bolts, but you can see I got the new one on there, and like I say, it was just a bit of work. Had to let the WD-40 penetrate it fully and do some multiple applications. This bolt was just starting to strip, so I have to be very careful getting it off, but all in all, it went off and got the new shock absorber on. So time to put the wheel on and go to the other side. Yeah, I'd say those are past due. A little bit past due. So there you go, guys, job done. As you can see here, those old shocks were really hurting, past due. The new shocks, took it for a drive, got rid of all the rattling and stuff. That was the main issue with the car. Those Milwaukee tools, my first impressions, absolutely fantastic. Very high quality tools. So of course, that Milwaukee headlamp was super beneficial to have, to be able to have that on your head, keep your hands free, or mess with other flashlights and things getting in the way. Just having this always shining light exactly where you needed it. Just a fantastic tool. That is, again, like I said earlier, one of my favorite tools that's quickly becoming. I've found just so many uses with that, from obviously working on the car, doing other maintenance around the house, going into the crawl space, and even barbecuing on my back deck in the evenings and having that shining the light directly down on the grill. Just so many awesome and useful applications for that Milwaukee headlamp kit. The impact gun, of course, absolutely effortless. Wouldn't expect anything less for just taking wheels off of a Mazda. It's not a big diesel truck or a semi truck or anything like that. That 1,600 foot-pounds of torque was effortless. Pull the trigger a couple of times and it pulled it off. Even the big lower bolt on the shock absorber going under there, so much easier. The last time I did this job on this car a few years ago, having to do it manually with a half-inch ratchet, trying to get in there and going the bolt so long, and you're in there for so long, just doing a couple of zips with this thing and it just flies right off. So just tons of power. The lights are nice on the end as well to be able to see. So initial impressions are very good. Like I said, perfect for a landscape business or a lawn care business to have in your arsenal, with all of the equipment, trucks, trailers, all that sort of stuff that you're constantly maintaining, especially as a solo operator where you tend to do a lot of that work yourself, just for the minimize that downtime. Always do all my own maintenance, all that sort of stuff. It's just so much faster to just do the job yourself than having to drop things off at a dealer or a mechanic shop or whatever the case may be, if it's stuff that you can handle yourself. So having those proper tools really is beneficial. I'll leave links in the description below to these actual kit model numbers if you want to check them out. Leave a comment down below. Let me know what you think of these Milwaukee tools. My first initial impression, of course, like I said, super impressed with what I was able to do with that stuff today. Look for long-term reviews on this channel of this stuff as I get to use it more and more in the future. So that's it for this one, guys. We'll catch you in the next one.